Not for a second am I surprised that Christmas with the Darlings is rated as high as it is. This has an average of 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb across 1,300 reviews and ratings, which is a pretty respectable rating indeed. This was released in 2020. It's a Hallmark film directed by Cyran, written by Tracy and Andreen. And I'll be honest, the only quibble I have with this is that their surnames are Darlington, not Darling. Now, I assume that they're referring to the Darlings as in the nieces and nephew. They are the Darlings. But it would have just been a little bit more, I guess, cheesy, if you like, if their surname had been Darling as well, and it would have made a bit more sense and made it a bit more well rounded as a title. But if that's the film's biggest issue, I think it's done quite well. It focuses on a character called Jessica, played by Katrina Law, and she helps Max Darlington, played by Carlo Marx, look after his nieces and nephew as they're coming to visit him for the holidays before they go off to boarding school. The nieces and nephew have had quite a difficult upbringing, and I won't say too much about that. I don't want to go into too much detail about, the intricacies of the narrative, because I do recommend that you watch it. But they've had not the best upbringing, and they've spent quite a lot of time in Australia, and this is their first proper snowy festive Christmas in a while. So Jessica decides that to help them settle in and make them feel a little bit better, she's going to throw them the most Christmassy Christmas you can imagine. And straight away, this means that this has all of the hallmarks of a Hallmark Christmas film. It is festive, it is fun, everywhere you turn is Christmas to the max. So if you don't like Christmas films that are overly abundant in Christmas, first of all, I find that weird. Second of all, if you do like them like that, you will really enjoy this one. There's baking and drinking hot chocolate, snow rides, carriage rides in the snow, lots of other Christmas festive things that I won't spoil. I don't want to go into too much detail. But because she's going out of her way to make it as Christmassy as possible for them, that means it's as Christmassy as possible for us, the viewer. And the children are very likeable. I feel like given the things they've been through and the upheavals they've had in real life, they probably wouldn't be as sweet and perfect, quite frankly, as they actually are. But they are wonderful. They're a delight to watch. They're played by Madeline, I'm terrible with surnames. Madeline Hirvonen, who plays Abby, and Islie Hirvonen, I assume they're related, plays Emma, and Anthony Bolognese plays J. Henry Darlington. And I thought the casting there was spot on. I did think that Emma and Abby looked quite a lot alike. Now that I'm learning they have the same surname, I'm going to assume that they're sisters, and the reason they looked alike in the film is because they're related. But the casting across the board is really good. The chemistry on screen between Jessica and Max is very pleasing to watch. It wouldn't be a Hallmark Christmas film, even though it's focusing on the family, it wouldn't be a Hallmark Christmas film without the romantic aspect as well. And it's just beautiful. If you have a checklist of what you look for in a Hallmark Christmas film, I guarantee you Christmas with the Darlings is going to come very close to completing that checklist. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure if it was going to be too sickly sweet, but actually it's not. It's got a really nice balance of having some quite real emotions in it without getting you too down and depressed, while still being, in some people's views perhaps, overabundant with Christmas, but definitely being very festive. I don't want to say it's my favourite Hallmark Christmas film, because it's not, but maybe it's high up there, maybe it's in my top 5, easily in my top 10. If you haven't seen Christmas with the Darlings and you like Hallmark Christmas films, I'm pretty confident in saying that you will thoroughly enjoy this one.